All right, we are here. Welcome. And I don't know where I'm at. I'm in a space land. We have concrete countertops. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm not saying I know how to do it, but I'm going to take you to the process of what I did. So I had to do things a little bit different. So this did not look like this. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you want to hear. Or if you get some feedback, drop it in. So I am going to start with the base. So basically we had nothing here, right? So I had to, which I didn't drill it down because I want to, if I ever want to take this up, I don't want to drill it into the cabinets because that's going to be a problem if it's drilled into the cabinets because then it'll destroy the cabinets. So what I did is I just put an adhesive down to basically hold the cement board in place. All right, so I used the cement board. Also, I was a little unsure because I didn't know if it might leak through the cement board, so I put plastic down too. So what I did is I had to build the base out with, I believe it's called melamine or something like that, board. And I basically drilled everything in that way. So what we did is we built out underneath here, drilled to the cement board. I braced at the bottom, so the bottom had braces here. And then basically everywhere along the corners, I went through and used a silicone caulking to basically keep the water in place and the concrete in place. So once we did it, we didn't have any issues. But I did have an issue. We had actually a blowout. So right over here in the concrete, we actually had a spot where it started leaking through. You don't want that to happen. And I don't know what happened. Maybe I missed something. So sometimes, double check your work because you never know what you run into. Also for the wire. So a lot of people say they have trouble putting wire in. What I did is I kind of used my own head on this. Yeah. And I screwed in corners, right? Just your screws. I think they're stainless steel screws. Don't quote me on that. And then I, not duct taped, but I used Gorilla Tape to basically secure the wire to the screw, which actually gave it a nice lift to pour it underneath it. Now, so basically that was prepping everything. Oh, I lost the light. That's weird. So the wiring in the house is a little shoddy. I'm still working on it. So we got the countertops in. We had everything prepped out. I boarded everything up, braced everything off. Basically for the sink, I used a styrofoam cutout. And that was basically, I bought a 1-inch styrofoam and then I slapped it together and made 2-inch because we got a 2-inch countertop here. So I used that to basically carve out the sink, which I just did the measurements across and then kind of lined it up and then had the corners kind of worked in. So that looked really cool. And then as far as the pouring goes, oh my gosh. I gotta say, when you pour, I used rapid set concrete for this. I gotta say, when you're using that stuff, you gotta stay on top of it. It definitely sets. So just to kind of go over the pouring process. So basically, kind of went over with you the prepping process, which was a lot in itself because I had to screw everything in together, brace everything off, make sure nothing's gonna blow out because you don't want any blowouts, and make sure everything's just secured. Okay. I also put Gorilla Tape against the back of the board there just to keep from any kind of moisture getting in the best I could. Use some caulking to seal it. So when it comes to pouring, I used a set control and I used a flow control. It took me about 40 minutes to get the countertops in this condition, not quite this condition. And actually it took about a total of 4 hours of setup time before it was like fully hard. And I actually started breaking it down I want to say within 2 hours. 2 hours I started breaking it down, and I also did like a sand finish. So I was trying to get a smooth finish on it, and it wasn't quite looking the way I wanted to look. So I had a sponge, and I just kind of started rubbing it, and it kind of gave this cool texture. I haven't did anything as far as like sanding it down and polishing it or any of that. That'll come now in the future. But I gotta say, it's not an easy pour, but it's definitely cool. Like, it's definitely worth doing if it's something you want to do. You know, pouring your own countertop like this. It's definitely cool. It's definitely a cool process. I would do it again. I would do it a little different. I had a friend of mine helping me out with the mixing. All right, you mix that one, Don. Put your foot on it. Put your foot on it. And yeah, I'll show you. You'll drop some stuff in there below, but it definitely set it up quick. Magged everything as far as the screening goes. So I used just a level. I ran a little short, which I didn't like. That was an issue too. So get extra bags. I ran a little short on it, so I had to kind of drop everything a little bit. Like, it was like, what was it, like 1/4 inch, which makes a big difference when you're screening stuff with that. So I wasn't able to get it as level as I want as far as flatness goes. But then I even edged it, so I used an edge or two around the edge. Troweled everything with the mag. Once I did the screed, slicked it, just kept slicking it, and then the final finish was that. Just kind of rubbing it with the sponge and just giving like a circular pattern on it. And then you just gotta, as it's curing, you'll notice it gets really hot. You can feel the heat. So just keep spraying it down, and that's supposedly supposed to help it cure and make it stronger. I could tell within like 5 hours it was like cool again. It started to get cool. So that's it, guys. Drop a comment down below, like and share, comment, tell your friends, share it with a friend, a sister, a cousin, a daddy, a uncle, a mom, whatever. I don't care. Thanks for watching.